Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Decoding Now, and I'm Meghna Rekha. Well, here's presenting the governance Sarkari style. For you, there are roads which are crumbling even before the inauguration. And for the Sarkari Babus, you have a treasure trove of cash, of gold and silver. For you, you have 586 crores of taxpayers' money being washed away by rains. For them, it's majestic bungalows with ill-gotten wealth. Tonight, we are going to decode how Sarkari Babus with the blessings of Netas are actually guaranteeing self-service. Self-service instead of public service. We are going to start with the smart city of Bengaluru, or should we say the suffering city. You can see it on your screens. The fita hasn't been cut. The ribbon hasn't even been cut, but the questions have already begun. A flagship Bengaluru road project, touted as a major infrastructure boost, has found itself under scrutiny after a section reportedly developed damages days before the inauguration. For many Bengalurians, the story feels too similar. A new road, a new problem. And of course, fresh concerns over whether public money is actually delivering any lasting infrastructure. You can see that on your screens. Public money literally going down the drain. Earlier it was that, and then it was later repaired. We are showing you the before and the after visuals because on your screens you should be able to see what is happening in plain black and white. This is the stretch of road at the center of the controversy. The earlier images that we are showing for you, the extent of the damage that triggered the questions over quality, while the latest visuals show the section which was being repaired. And this was the work which was carried out by the BDA, the Bangalore Development Authorities. This is one of the main and very ambitious projects of the BDA because it was supposed to mark 50 years of their excellence, 50 years of their service, or should I say service for themselves. As I had mentioned earlier, this is hardly a new story for Bengaluru. Time and again, questions have been raised about the potholes, the roads, and of course, let's not forget other things such as the toxic lakes of Bengaluru, the trash which is there on the streets of Bengaluru, the city's weather and traffic conditions which add to the woes of the people of Bengaluru. So what exactly caused this latest damage? It's important for us to explain that to you. Well, as per the BDA, it was the impact of weather. There were heavy rains which were cited as the reason behind the damage of the road. The run of water leaves stretch affected by rains. Celebration has been marred because this was a flagship project of the BDA, as I was telling you, which was supposed to be celebrating 50 years of excellence of the BDA. Quality concerns then overshadowed the road launch itself because even before the launch, which is slated for later on in the year, you have this gaping hole which has come out in the middle of the road. It was one of the arterial roads. However, we are also here on Times Now telling you how there's a staggering cost of building this road. What is this road all about? It's important that we explain to you. Of course, the BDA says that this is one of the main arterial roads, and even before we could open it to public, we fixed it. But the questions still remain. Why did you have to fix a road which was just being built? Because while the damage has sparked off this debate about quality, the execution, the price tag which is attached to the entire project is really catching the eye. Let's break it down for you in numbers. The length of this entire road is 10.8 kilometers. The original cost of this project was 465 crore rupees as per reports. Later on, there was a cost escalation. The final cost came to around 585 crore rupees. But here's the interesting thing. If you break it down, what is the cost per kilometer? Per kilometer of this arterial road was 54 crore rupees per kilometer. That is how much you, the taxpayer, was paying for this road. And even before the entire project could be inaugurated, the red ribbon could be cut, you had that big gaping hole. Of course, the BDA says we fixed it now, but it did happen. That's the question. It did happen even before it could be inaugurated. The questions which are mounting over the road's quality, the BDA now has stepped in with its version of events. Let's tell you what the BDA has to say, although many are saying that it is literally defending the indefensible. They are saying that the images don't reflect the current condition. The current condition we've also shown for you, it has now been fixed. The BDA says that the defect was identified and it was rectified. But they didn't answer why did this defect happen? Why is it that they had to go around repairing roads which are not even open so far? The road was not part of the 27th June inauguration, which is going to be taking place. It also says that there were heavy rains which triggered the localized settlement as well, and that the main carriageway is the structurally sound, and it only happened on one of the arterial roads. The questions still remain. The BDA has not said that this is fake. The BDA has not said that it didn't happen. The BDA admits that yes, it happened, but what they are saying is right now it's been fixed. And who's fixing it? It is money from your pocket. The taxpayer who's actually fixing it with your money, not the BDA, not the Babus who are actually responsible for ensuring quality. Now, while citizens are grappling with crumbling roads and infrastructure, these are the headaches that they need to deal with. Karnataka's anti-corruption watchdog. Watch this on your screens. The anti-corruption watchdog of Karnataka has uncovered a staggering trail of wealth in the latest raids on the Babus. Because Babus may give you roads which are crumbling even before they are inaugurated, but for the Babus themselves, service comes first to themselves. The Lokayukta says that there were assets which they have found. There were raids which were carried out just last week across 35 locations on Babus, on engineers as well, Sarkari engineers. And in this, the Lokayukta recovered more than 31 crore rupees, which has been detected during raids linked to the disproportionate assets cases which involved government officials. You can see some of the recoveries there on your screens. It doesn't even involve the bungalows. The bungalows came in as well because there were property papers which were discovered. There was cash which they recovered. There was gold which they recovered. As you can see on your screens, there were wads of cash lying around this government Babu, a government engineer's house. These are the kind of engineers that we have who are working for the betterment of the public infrastructure, and that is what was recovered from their house. This haul by the Lokayukta raids once again raised uncomfortable questions about accountability in public office. And it's not just about Karnataka, viewers. You must understand. For us, we are telling you again and again that this is a systemic rot which needs to be fixed. It's not just about Karnataka. On your screens, let's remind you, the beautiful 90-degree bridge at Madhya Pradesh. Across India, infrastructure quality is increasingly coming under the spotlight. And why not? Roads and bridges are often becoming symbols of public frustration. Few of the examples which have captured anger even more vividly than now. The infamous bridge in Madhya Pradesh, where a project worth 18 crore rupees of the taxpayers' money. 18 crore rupees drew national attention for its bizarre 90-degree turn in a bridge. These are the Sarkari engineers who made this and Sarkari Babus who passed this, of course, with the blessings of the Netas there. Then, of course, there's another case that had sparked off outrage just a short while back amongst commuters, a road stretch which is facing criticism over an apparent design flaw. Look at the design that you can see on your screens. That is the design with a sudden U-turn. Inadequate signboards, little advance warning, creating what many believe is a recipe for confusion and accidents. A faulty design, or is this negligence? But who pays the price when there are accidents on a road such as this, a Sarkari road designed and approved by the Sarkar? Now there's another one. The infrastructure headaches don't just end there. Across in Bihar, and this one is quite a gem. There was a road project in Bihar worth 100 crore rupees. It has become the subject of ridicule after motorists found themselves navigating around trees, because these trees were left standing in the middle of the carriageway. In the middle of the road, you have trees. You must crisscross around these trees in order to go straight, but you can't. This is supposed to be a seamless stretch. Look what happens. Drivers are being forced to zigzag across this road, turning what was supposed to be a major public works project into what many are calling an obstacle race for motorists. This is the state of affairs. And unfortunately, this state of affairs is across the length and breadth of the country. Is this the gold standard of governance, we ask? Let me go across to our panelists. Today, joining us on the show, we have Dr. Sudha Halkai, the spokesperson of the BJP. Also, Sewa Abbas is joining us, a political analyst. Thank you so much. I appreciate both of you for joining us. I'm going to start with you first, Sewa Abbas, because we are talking about your city of Bengaluru. And it is really disheartening to see the kind of apathy which is creeping in, the kind of defense which comes in. It is supposed to be a smart city. Why does a smart city have a road, a major project, a 500 crore rupee project, which is being done apparently to celebrate 50 years of excellence of the BDA, a road which crumbles before inauguration?
Meghna ji, I've always believed with great power there's great responsibility and equal accountability. The fact of the matter, firstly, let me thank you and your team at Decoding Now for really bringing out the frustration of the civilians across the length and breadth of our country. Thank you, ma'am, for this. As a Bangalorean, I'd like to thank you. Now, coming to the accountability and the responsibility. The fact of the matter, let us understand this is a 10.8 kilometer road, arterial road, of which 20 meters was found to be faulty and immediately fixed by the BDO officials. I believe that those who are responsible must be brought to books, and those who have partaken in this, be it the contractors or the officials, must and should be taken for accountability and must be suspended. But the fact of the matter, the Karnataka Bharatiya Janata Party team here making so much of hue and cry about this makes me really, it's ridiculous. The fact,
why?
Like you showed, I'll tell you. The fact there is a road, there is actually a flyover in Madhya Pradesh. I just got on a lighter note. I got a call from Narayan Karthikeyan, India's only Formula One race driver, saying that I can race in a Formula One circuit, but not on Madhya Pradesh. Even what we see in Bihar, Samrat Chaudhary.
So is Karnataka taking the Madhya Pradesh model?
I'm absolutely shocked.
Asad Abbas, are you saying Karnataka must follow Madhya Pradesh? Madhya Pradesh makes a 90-degree bridge, so will Karnataka then?
What I'm saying is the Bharatiya Janata Party blaming the Congress party for this is the pot calling the kettle black. Gujarat, Vadodara.
But why are either of them black is my question.
Sure.
Why should the taxpayers' money? Because let's not forget, even if there are repairs being made on this road, why should a new road be repaired in the first place? And who's going to pay for these repairs? Again, it is people like us.
I will answer that. That's a fair question. This needs quick fixes. In the case of Morbi Bridge, which collapsed, people died. What happened? No accountability. Hamirpur, under construction bridge, under Yogi Adityanath, UP. What happened? It collapsed. 9 people died. Not just that. You'll be shocked to know there is a BJP MP called Konda Vishweshwar Reddy who said bad roads are better than good roads. If there are bad roads, people will drive carefully. Ravi Kishan, BJP MP, says our roads in India under Modi ji are like roads in America. Look at the Lala land and euphoric land. They are utopian land. They are
but you are talking about a Congress ruled state. You can blame Modi all you want. You can blame Yogi all you want. You can blame Madhya Pradesh government, the Bihar government. Syed Asad Abbas, the Lala land right now happens to be in Bengaluru. So I disagree with that point that just because it's happening in a BJP ruled state, it's okay. In a Congress ruled state, I'm sorry, I don't, as a taxpayer, I don't buy that argument. Dr. Sudha Halkai. However, the point I think Asad is trying to make is that it happens across. I don't know why that's fine. It's not fine by me, by no matter which state it's happening. But he's saying, the Congress says, that BJP ruled states also have the same problem. Governance, the gold standard.
Very good evening, Meghna. As you have narrated earlier, also you have told it's in many places of states of our country, and I should say this shouldn't be taken as an isolated incident, and warrant has to be issued on why this has happened because of the poor quality and negligence, and lot of corruption is there over here. As you mentioned, 54 crores for 1 kilometer, that is 585 crores for 10.5 kilometers, is a huge amount at the cost of the public. The amount which is collected by the public has to be used for the welfare of the citizens. The citizens of the Karnataka need their safety. They need a good infrastructure. I must say this is a very sorry state of affairs for the people of Karnataka who had once one of the finest infrastructures, definite infrastructures, and they had a visionary leaders, not like today where it is deeply declined. The governance, administration is deeply declined. We have witnessed here. The thing is, the contractors of the Karnataka had gone on agitation earlier also that there is 80% of corruption over here, and the earlier bills which they were supposed to get, more than 18,000 crores, has not been paid to them. So how is the government going to give the accountability? And I am really worried for the contractors from where they are going to put the money for this quality infrastructure when they're paying huge amount of corruption to the leaders over here. They had already written a letter to the Rahul Gandhi. They had already written a letter to the governor of the Karnataka, but everything is gone in vain. This is only, this is absolutely, this road, it reflects how the Congress government is there in Karnataka today.
But Dr. Halkai,
this is not only
Dr. Halkai, now you have the BDA coming out and saying that this is before the inauguration we fixed it. Does it mean that the problem is fixed? Do you think the systemic problem is fixed?
Meghna, no. I mean, why this problem had to arise is my question. Being a doctor, I've seen so many patients are meeting with an accident over here in Kalburgi also. They don't have the money to fill the potholes. Just imagine the pathetic situation of Karnataka today. Till date, in the past 2.5, 3 years, they have not done one single development. And one development where they were going to inaugurate also is showing it's the mirror of the Congress government and its leader, how corrupt they are. They have misutilized the ST-SC funds, more than 40,000 crores. The Valmiki Nigam scam is on the white paper, and they take it now. The garbage scam, 32,000 crores, where they were supposed to give only 200 for kg, they are giving 2,800. Look at the height of corruption, what they're doing, and they still justify. See, wherever it is wrong, Meghna. Two wrongs cannot make one right.
I agree with you there. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Dr. Halkai I agree with her on that point. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Syed Asad, we are also showing what was recovered in the Lokayukta raids. That there is corruption, you cannot deny. That there is rampant nexus which is going on between the Sarkari Netas, the Sarkari Babus, the Netas, as well as the contractors, you cannot deny. You have the evidence there on your screens. Lokayukta raids have uncovered this extent of bribery and corruption which is in the system. Blaming the BJP doesn't help.
Absolutely, Meghna. I'm glad that the Times Now investigation team has brought this out. The fact of the matter, let us thank our honorable former Chief Minister of Karnataka. When 2013, Siddaramaiah ji was in power, he's the one who constituted the Lokayukta. Thanks to him that these babus are
please,
caught,
I need
and
to correct it. Sorry to interrupt.
Also,
he is the one
just allow me to complete my point. Allow me to complete my point, ma'am. The fact of the this is not fair, ma'am. Allow me to complete my point.
Sudha Halkai is saying that it was not established by Siddaramaiah. I'll just go back across to you. I'll come across to you, Siddha.
The fact of the matter also, Meghna ji, let us understand that it was during Basuraj Bommai government when the Contractors Association and the head came out and said openly 40% commission all these BJP guys are taking. That's where the whole campaign came. Pay CM, 40% Bhrashta Sarkara. The fact aap kare to pyar, hum kare to war, ye kaisa atyachar? Be it the BJP party or any other party. And you mentioned about roads and potholes. Wasn't it during BJP's Yediyurappa was the chief minister? Wasn't the potholes then? Wasn't it during Basuraj Bommai when BJP chief minister
Dr.
was
Halkai,
there? Or JDS?
He's saying that pothole problem is not current, and there have been successive governments which have failed to fix this. Even though Bangalore, at least there was the vision of a smart 60, which happened what? In 2016, if I'm not mistaken. How does it absolve any party?
Meghna, I don't know whether I have to appreciate the audacity of Mr. Syed Abbas or I have to criticize this. Look at him, the 40% Sarkara, what the fake narrative, what Congress had got for the BJP was absolutely given a clean chit by the same committee which they had formed, and even by the High Court that no such 40% Sarkara was there during the BJP tenure, and still he comes out of saying, and the contractors on pace today. No, Syed, please stop. It is enough is enough. The Congress government, you people are sucking the blood of the people in Karnataka. You people are sucking the blood. Stop it, Syed. Stop it immediately. You had asked me to not interrupt. I don't want you. You people are sucking the blood of Karnataka. The people of Karnataka. The 40% Sarkara was given a clean check.
And the family.
The contractors are committing suicide. The employees are committing suicide, Mr. Syed. 80% corruption. Why did Rahul Gandhi not reply to the letters given by the contractors?
Which happened in your government?
That was not.
And that is precisely my problem. This is precisely what the problem is. The fact that you have political parties who are shirking blame. They are at loggerheads with each other about whose fault it is. Everyone wants the power. No one wants the responsibility which comes along with it. From the beginning till the end of the show, I have said it doesn't matter which government, doesn't matter which state. At the end of it, people like us are paying tax, set the accountability, and till the end of the show, all I got was political bickering. Perhaps that is the genesis and perhaps even the end of this problem if we can fix this. Stop shirking blame. Let's start owning up. If you want to put yourself over service for the public, they need to be booted out. Simple as that. Doesn't matter which party, doesn't matter which state. Appreciated Dr. Sudha Halkai for joining us here on the show, as well as Sayyada Sadabaz. Pleasure as always to have you on the show. With that, we wrap up Decoding Now. I'll see you again tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. right here on Times Now.